Welcome back. The Chatterbox with King Jacob, yours truly, King Jacob, man. And we're back with another Super Sunday edition of the Chatterbox with yours truly, King Jacob, with special guests, Big Dapper, Reezie Roc. What's good, man?
What's good? What's happening? What's going on?
Man, everything going on, man. Everything is goody. Everything is goody, man. We just out here trying to make some power moves and
Big fact,
and just trying to get to that residual income. That's all we're doing.
big fact,
So,
big fact.
pe- so people want to know who is Big Dapper Rizzy Rock.
Okay, Big Dapper Reezie Roc. Well, Reezie Roc is a rap artist slash entrepreneur slash uh mentor, not just only the youth, but to a lot of people, a lot of grown people as well. You know, a tribal chief, a father, a husband. You know, somebody that's all about being prolific and spiritual. You did. That's Reezie Roc.
In a
Part
nutshell.
in a nutshell.
Okay, I can dig it. So, tell everybody where you from and how you got started in the music business.
Well, I'm from Columbia, South Carolina, and there's a part of Columbia, South Carolina. It's called Bluff Road, which is known as OK, aka 48. People, excuse me, people calling my phone out, and they know I'm lying. I hate when they do that. They blowing me up right now. But yeah, which called 48. 48 is Bluff Road is a huge part of the Colombian community. You know, it's poverty, but it is what it is. I don't really want to get into detail of what is 48. I mean, you can Google it, but
Yeah,
we're
can't
family.
find it. Okay, so but 48 is a part of Columbia, South Carolina. And there was a 48 movement,
Yeah,
and we talking about back into the 90s when you
yeah,
had Club 48. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And so that movement transitioned into a whole music movement, a whole music label. And so tell me how you guys really connected that to branch it off into entertainment and to get well known throughout the state of South Carolina along with other states as well.
Well, 48 is actually the name of the highway. It's actually the name. It's actually the name of the neighborhoods. It's a bunch of different neighborhoods in one. It's one long street, but which we made anything that's around the corner, that's on the next street on the other side of the highway, it's still all considered 48. But it's actually a place. Like we didn't make this name up. It ain't just come from a club. It's actually the name of our neighborhood. It's called 48.
Right.
Is a whole community. Bluff Road, Starlight, Bluff Estates, Arthur Town, Joe Fraser Court, Rita Point, the Bottom, Starlight, of course, Eastway Park. All that is 48. Atlas Road, all this Harlem World, all that's 48. Um, but far as it was a club, but like I said, it go way deeper than the club. That's why they
Right.
named the club 48 because the club was on actually 48. So they named it 48. And like I said, man, it's a big family. Like a lot of us kin to each other. It's you know it's southern shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one big whole family, man. We one big family. Then everybody got their thing that they can do. Everybody got their thing that what they're good at. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
From street shit to music shit to working jobs to shit veterinarians on dogs, animals, like just about everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Working on cars, dirt bike, 4-wheeler riders, uh, dog breeding. We just one big whole community, man. It's a village.
Right. And so upon that village, man, tell me how the music thing got started with the whole 48 community because it was a lot of y'all doing music. Um,
Well,
um,
and I got the history for you because I'm actually a pioneer. Um, the first person, like when you go back to Club 48, it was a guy named Tree, DJ Paradise. You remember him?
I do.
I was too young, but I was young. I jumped out the porch pretty young, so I was always in grown people's face. Grown people always liked me around. But
Mhm.
Tree, he was DJ Paradise at Club 48, and he was DJ down in Pleasures too. But him and two other guys. One of them he's a gospel rapper now. I forgot his name. He was making some big moves one time. I forgot his name. But these guys was always on the radio, always making moves and stuff like that. So they was actually, was they wasn't representation of 48, but they got a lot of they start on 48. Then you got a guy named 48 Yachty and 48 Roy.
Right. Now,
Which,
now that's those are the two that I met doing the music thing, and when I first started coming down to club, cause people from other surrounding areas like Saluda, Newberry, Edgefield, Johnston, Aiken, they heard about 48 through the club 48 because it was cats doing street team promotion that was always up in these areas, passing out flyers and stuff. And so
that
that's how
was
people
that was
from
that was Yachty them stumping ground. I was too young to go to 48. I wasn't old enough. All I could do was ride past it and look and see what's going on.
hmm
But I was too young to go or get in and whatnot. But
right.
yeah, that was them boys stumping ground, and they kind of was like, you know, they wasn't really serious behind the music shit at that point. But I guess they was having fun with it. I can't really. You would have to ask him to get like the full detail on it. But from what I know, they wasn't serious with it. But they had connects to Trick Daddy, um, Pastor Troy, and then we had JT Money and Luke, Uncle Luke, and everybody coming down there all the time and stuff like that. So on some other shit. So with on other shit, why not jump into the music shit? Which
hmm
still at the time, everybody in the neighborhood and stuff, kind of laugh at the music shit. That shit. This was South Carolina then, Columbia then. Being a rapper was unrealistic at the time. So that was a joke to people around them times. So that's why they didn't even take it serious, because it was a joke to them at first. And
But
then
then it was, but it wasn't.
it
So
was, but it wasn't.
I'm gonna tell you why it wasn't.
Okay.
Because people in South Carolina, especially in Columbia, they were still running through that whole chitlin circuit like James Brown and Ray Charles, and
Right.
and then people heard about that. Other DJs from out of town heard about that, so they heard
Uh-huh.
about people like Yachty and Roy, and then they heard about people like Piezo, and the list goes on. So so
That's why
they
I said,
heard about.
yeah, they kind of was, it kind of wasn't, because they still was planting flags.
Right,
They're
right,
planting
right,
flags, but you can ask Jada right now to this day, he'll tell you, nah, I wasn't fully serious. I was serious, but I wasn't serious.
right, right, right,
Like
right, right.
now, he's serious.
Right. And then
Then,
go ahead.
then he cared, but he didn't care. He didn't.
hmm
He was around too much money. He was
Right,
around
right.
too much action. It was too much going on. Like, what he need to be a real deal rapper for if he already living like one?
That's true.
You around Trick in his prime. Trick in his
Yeah,
prime.
yeah,
Pastor
yeah.
in it. Pastor in his prime.
So what people need to know that what a lot of people may not know, but we talking about Trick Daddy, man, and we talking about the amount of family that Trick Daddy has on Bluff Road. And
Yes,
I
he
ain't
does.
and I ain't talking about that he call him his family. I'm talking about blood relation.
Hmm.
And that's facts. You know what I mean? Like real blood relation. So you guys right, you right, man. Y'all the 48, the old 48 camp was around the heavy hitters at the time. And at the time, this when Pastor Troy was hot. We ready, vice
Yeah,
versa, all
yeah,
that. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? This time he was real hot. So enough of that, man. So now, when did you put out your very first mixtape? Were you like, I'm going to get this, this is what I want to do, and I'm gonna make these cats take me serious.
Okay. Well, Well, like you said, now as Yachty and Roy inspired me because I'm gonna get them the flowers. I hate when not even just my hood, this our city. I hate when we act like we don't want to give flowers. So I'm gonna give my flowers to them. I'm gonna give roses, flowers, bouquet of the motherfuckers. While I was inspired by Yachty and Roy, and I always wanted to be a rapper anyway. I always had rap dreams. So this ain't I'm a real hip hop head. So while I was being inspired by them, I was saying like I was just trying like I'm on stage, uh, trying to be a hype man. I'm coming to the studio sessions. I'm hanging around Pastor. I'm hanging around Yachty. I'm trying to be around. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a jit, and I still shit. I was still in high school, and then me and a guy named Lil Ghetto, we was called the Down the Road Boys. Me and Lil Ghetto and Pat Man, and I ran my one of my partners out of my hood, guy named Yuck. He said, "Man, you know my brother got a studio." And he like, y'all didn't all of them be recording today, bro. You need to fuck with my brother, Lamont Kennedy. Shout out to Lamont Kennedy, original 4 count. I I said, oh, yeah. So I took him a tape. We recorded off a tape recorder in the radio. Like we had no studio, so that's how we made our demo. I knocked on the door, wanted to have a meeting with him. Like I said, I'm probably in the sophomore year, 10th grade. Sit down with him. I'm like, man, I'm trying to rap. I want a record deal. I don't know shit about the game like that. I just know that's what I want to do. So he be like, yeah, let me hear it. He be like, all right, y'all boys sound all right. And he really didn't took us serious. He just kept us around. And I did my first song was with Yachty. I think Roy was on that song. One of my big homies to this day, Tony B. It was a bunch of us, Super Duke, R.I.P. That's T. the Don, first cousin. All of us on one song. I had like 4 bars. And then
Mm-hmm.
that's when I said, boy, hey, it's time to do something. And then again, it still was like, you know, it wasn't a real deal thing. I'm on a sophomore. I don't know the game. Nobody where I'm from really know the game. So we gonna shoot past because the long story. We gonna shoot past. Me and my crew came out. All my little dudes, all my little guys, all my partners that I had around me, that was, around me. I said, man, you know what? I'm gonna take this baton and run with it. Not blaming nobody for not putting me on or none of that shit. But it wasn't no showing me. But how can they show me if they don't really know? So I just said, fuck it, I gotta show my fucking self. And that's why I put all my whole team. I dropped a compilation album. Mind you, I'm only 20 years old. I got a whole label. By this time I have my own studio in my house. Own label. I got 15 guys rapping, making beats, security, all that. 20 years old, trying to start an empire. And I spit everybody up into groups on some real Wu-Tang shit. Like when I watch Wu-Tang, I'm like, damn, I was on some real shit. Real talk.
Right.
At 20.
So I'm gonna say this right here. I wanna shout my cousin out, Los Banker, and you know Los, right?
I name sound familiar. That's why I said it. I'm like Los Banker. Damn, that name sound familiar.
It used to be Los Banker and Bless Money. Used to be everywhere together.
Bless Money sound familiar too.
Yeah. So, upon that, man, I had my late great cousin, R.I.P. My cousin Boss Hall. That's who really introduced me to. And the first thing he said, I said, man, he seen me in 48. He was like the club. He's like, man, what you doing in here? He said, boy, this dangerous territory, boy. What you doing? You all right? I was like, yeah, I'm cool, man. I'm just here looking at these babies. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna have a couple drinks, and he's like, all right, man, just know who you talking to. He's like, because they be laid back on the wall looking. You know what I mean? Like they dudes being here, so just know who you're talking to. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So
yeah.
I mean a little bit, and a few people, they found out that I was messing with the music and stuff. And like I tell people, man, like 48 Roy and Yachty, man, like they done been somewhere everywhere. People from miles around know who they are, man. So
Facts.
so
That's facts.
and they show love to a lot of people.
That's
You know,
facts.
cause at one time if you wasn't fun for that, you couldn't come there. But
That's
they really paved the way where they can network with other people from other towns and different counties and stuff like that, man. Because back in the day, if you weren't from there, you it's like the colony. If you weren't from there, you couldn't go there. You know what I mean? So I can appreciate them open up a lot of doors for the younger generation and so um for so you changed your whole persona because you haven't always been Big Dapper Reezie Roc.
right.
So who were you before then, and what made you change?
Well, shit. You just broke. You didn't break it down, but you just gave everybody a little tap of what I come from. Like,
Right.
yeah. So that's who I was. I was really about that. Like, really about that. That's what I was about. And
But I was just asking, what name did you go by before you
oh, T-Roc,
reconstructed yourself?
T-Roc.
T-Roc.
Yeah,
Right.
48 T-Roc,
That's
T-Roc,
right.
48 T-Roc,
And
T-Roc, or
so and
48
so
T-Roc.
the reason why I asked you that is because when a person changed their name and people just see it on the screen, they might not know who it is. But
That is facts.
when you say
That is
48
facts.
T Rock, they was like, oh, okay, now I
That
know
is
who that
facts.
is.
That is facts. That is facts. And some
Yeah.
people be like, they done heard, like they say they might have heard you dig and know the name Reezie Roc. But then if you say, yeah, man, I'm going to rock watch T-Roc show tonight, the person might say, damn, T-Roc still rapping? He be like, yeah, he still rapping. Where you been? And then that's when he be like, yeah, so you ain't heard you did? Yeah, I know you did. You ain't know that was T-Roc? No. I thought that was the Reezie Roc dude. That's T-Roc. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
correct about that.
So when you change that name and people from back in the day that used to rock with you that may not even be in the street no more, but they still
Yeah.
wonder, man, what happened to this guy? He was nice.
Yeah.
He was doing his
Yeah.
thing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because it's a lot of cats that used to be in the street, they're not in the streets anymore, but they still listen to hip hop. You know what I
That's
mean?
facts. Man, that's facts, man. I ain't never
Yeah,
thought about that, bro.
yeah,
You just put me on something. So I think I'm about to reconnect with a lot of people just because you said that. For
yeah,
real.
man. Yeah, man. Cause you got some old partners you may went to high school with
Yeah.
and stuff like that that's real successful. They might have their own trucking company or own home improvement business, but they still listen to their good hip hop, and and they still listen to Columbia indie hip hop. So
Facts. Facts.
so they really want to know what's going on with people. You know what I mean? So that's why I say that, man. But moving right along, man. So as you transition to this new brand, to the new style, Mister Clean Cut, Mister Dapper, Mister Man. Can you clip my cigars and pass me my champagne? So as you transition to that in this new brand, how was it for you to make that transition, and why did you make that transition?
It was actually, man, it was already in me. It was it was already in me, but I just was thugging. So I'm like, I can't do that if I'm out here thugging my money, trying to get my money right, trying to build my rapport. I was a soldier. I had to become. It was always in me. That's why the old heads always loved me, because they
Uh,
already know that I was the future. They already knew that. They already knew that from day one. They always
uh,
told me that. So it actually was easy as hell. It was easy. So when it
okay,
was that time, it was easy.
okay, okay. So how long did it take for people to catch on?
about about a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay then. Okay.
Yeah, about a year and
And
a
so
half, 2 years.
And so since you start building that brand, you have the Reezie Roc promo team, correct?
Uh-huh.
And so tell us about how you orchestrate the promo team and what you expect from the promo team as a boss.
Well, we still building right now, so but it's coming along real good. The promo team is just like the whole movement. It got to run like a well-oiled machine. Everybody got to
Mhm.
play. Everybody got a certain part, certain thing that they expertise that they great in, and I let them be great with what they great in. I don't try to force them to do nothing they don't want to do, nothing they don't like to do, nothing they ain't trying to do. So like, if that's what they good in, that's what I need them to continue executing that. If they can
Uh,
lend a hand in another area, I like that too. But long as they execute their part, you know, like 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 my boy RJ, man, he my photographer. He young G, he working. He not even from the city, but the man so dedicated, you know what I'm saying, and loyal with it. That's his thing. Pushing, taking pictures, word of mouth, and that's his thing. So that's what he do, you know.
uh, uh,
And
that's
I can
dope.
keep
That's dope.
going on naming everybody else, but we'll be
Right.
here
I
all day.
mean, but actually, how I come to find out who you was, is through IG. But when I looked at you, I said, man, that's T-Roc. Like real talk. That's T-Roc. I said, look at him, man. He didn't all got all Hollywood and shit on us, but I said that's T-Roc. So and then it was Reezie Roc promo, and I see that you had a leading boss lady that was handling that, and
Yeah,
and she was pushing you everywhere. So I can
yeah,
respect that. I can respect
yeah,
that, man. And,
yeah,
and so, man, and you made that transition from Columbia to Charlotte, right?
yeah.
And so, how has that transition been for you as an artist, a businessman, a youth mentor, so on and so forth?
Oh man, it was rough in the beginning, and then being a shark, being a lion, you adapt your environment. You know what I'm saying? Like I still got a whole lot more work to do, but I love this. Like so, I don't really have too much to complain about the business because I love the business. I like
Mm-hmm.
it's I don't really have really words to say like how was it. There's no you got to work, you got to love this. You can't halfway do this. You got to do it. You got to lose sleep. You got to make sacrifices. You got to lose relationships. You got to fall out with family.
Mm-hmm.
It all comes with the business,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But God, as long as you got faith in God, it all fall in line.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so,
Yep.
man, tell us tell us about the project that you currently have out. What are the leading three singles on that project?
Oh man, Dapper season. Dapper season right now out with me and DJ Frosty came together. Frosty, one of my main DJs, man. DJ Frosty, shout out DJFrosty.com. Stupid dope moves. But Dapper season, man. And right now the single that we pushing right now is Super Dapper. Super Dapper is the single. Conscious Caviar is the single, and Leather up next. So like we pushing Conscious Caviar, Super Dapper, and Leather.
So, which one is the lead single?
Conscious Caviar is the lead single, but me and the team we're transitioning to pushing everybody on the Super Dapper.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I thought. I thought Super Dapper was that hard hitting, So
cause like really,
yeah.
me and the team just came to this decision. Like, it's like a brand new decision.
uh
Yeah, but Country Caviar got the biggest budget in it right now, as of now. But we trying to it's Super Dapper because we think Super Dapper is more of a we think it is more one of those songs that can because it's so different that it can
right,
like open the doors on because the game always wants something new
right,
and it give you that new taste that new taste that new feel like okay Country Caviar is too but Super
hmm
Dapper is like ooh shit
yeah,
damn
yeah, yeah. Super. Super Dapper, man. It can be played anywhere, man. It's
Exactly.
clean. It's clean. It's crisp. You can play it in a cigar lounge. You can play it on
Appreciate
a soundtrack. It can just be in multiple things, radio play and just everything. So when I heard it, I was like, that's different. That's
it.
different for a hip hop head. You know what I mean? That's really
Exactly.
different. You know what I mean? Like you talking about some real slick suave type. Sitting sipping on some cognac, smoking a cigar while I'm on my own private island. Yeah, bro. Yeah,
There we go. All right. Now
yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. I love it when somebody I don't have to tell them what I want them to feel, and they
Right.
tell me how they feel. It is exactly how I wanted them to feel. I'd be like, yes, I support.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
But
I appreciate you.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's dope, man. That's dope, man. And so upon you working, you moving to Charlotte, man. What are some of the conversations that you and Yachty and Roy have nowadays since all of y'all have grown?
Well, Yada, we just kind of always encouraging. Yeah, like, cause all of us grown. So like right now, he just do a lot of encouraging. Like he do a lot of encouraging. I don't speak to Roy as much. Like I don't speak to him as a lot as much I speak to Yachty.
Because I know Roy's super busy though, man.
Yeah, yeah. He's pushing Black Zach real heavy right now.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He
Yeah,
managed Black Zach, right?
yeah.
Shout out to Black Zach, man. Shout out
Man,
to
shout
Black
out to
Zach.
Black Zach. Shout out to Black
Yeah,
Zach.
yeah, for sure, man. And yeah, so I know it's even hard to get up with him, So and, black, black, black making his way, and that's what's up, man. So let's talk about the music scene in South Carolina, the whole state.
Uh huh.
I mean, so what do you feel how the music scene in South Carolina can transition and go to the next level?
He going. The main thing is we got to get a lot of us growing. So I can't complain on too much because I see a lot of us learning what we wasn't doing.
Right.
A lot of us, like a lot. I'm looking. You know what I'm saying? As an OG now, I'm looking like I see a lot of us understanding what we got to do. But the main thing what we missing, and Atlanta done taught us this for 20 years. And when Atlanta was teaching us this, Miami picked it up, Houston picked it up. Shit, even St. Louis picked the shit up, man. We got to start doing more. It got to be more unity. Like, of course,
I agree.
everybody ain't gonna be best fucking friends, but it got to be the unity. Got to be there in some type of shape or form, business wise. Like, you got to get business. You got to get that shit up. Like, one thing about South Carolina, we so real. Like, we so real. So phony shit is kind of rough for us to deal with. But then again, we so real to we're not thinking about business.
Yeah, it's
It gotta
always
be,
there's always some extracurricular activity that's going on. But
yeah.
when you're a visionary, man, you think about that business and that next question I'm gonna ask you, and then we're gonna come back to South Carolina music. Um, the next question I'm gonna ask you, man, as a businessman, entrepreneur, as a father that's leaving a legacy for the children. Um, what is in your 5-year plan as a professional businessman?
I don't really like uh showing my hand like that, but uh the real simple. What I would like everybody to understand what we gotta know. First you gotta know who you are. You gotta know who you
Uh
are as a person. As a
huh.
human being, you gotta know who you are. Once you figure out who you are, Then you can start putting together that 5-year plan. That 5-year plan is the what I advise people. You know, uh, work first of all while you're working. Figure out what you want to do. While you figure out what you want to do, you do it. You write down those goals. You work. You stack, save, invest,
Mhm. Right.
and
Right.
repeat all over again. Stack, save, and invest. Stack, save, and invest. In the midst of all that, still have time and take time for your family because you ain't gonna always be here. So cherish every day too. Don't just scrape grind so hard till you just saying you ain't got time for nothing and nobody. You don't want your kids dying and say don't have. I mean, you don't want you don't want to die and then your kids not having don't can't tell you one thing about you.
Right.
All day they
I,
know that you work hard. That's it.
yeah, I can dig that. I can dig that. You're absolutely right. Absolutely. So back to the South Carolina music scene. And before I do, I'm gonna give a couple shout outs, man. Shout out to my man Amani RD. Shout out to Lost Souls Dio. Shout out to Big Smitty, man.
Big Smitty, Monty
Yeah,
OD,
yeah, man. I want to say shout out to She Diddy,
she
Tito,
did it.
Tito Gonzalez, man, and
Tito, what's good?
yeah, man. Just want to shout out Concept 803, and man,
Concept 803.
yeah, man. Just keep and none other than Panissa Young as well, and my man DJ Surplus.
Man,
So,
shout out to Surplus. Shout out to Panissa, man. I don't know her, but
um,
her people's making me know her. You know, we kind of
oh, she
deal with
fine.
the same crowd.
Yeah, she fine, bro. She fine. She fine. She got good music. She got good music. So I definitely can see you and her doing a nice, smooth, dapper track. You know.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind doing that. Panissa,
Yeah.
get at me. Tell your team to get at my team. Let's make it happen.
I'll bet. But you heard it first, man. Chatterbox with King Jacob. So with that being said, man, you've been in this business for a long time now.
Long
And
time.
what do you see is the problem with South artists from South Carolina going mainstream? Or do you understand, or do they understand what it is to go mainstream, and how to get there? What is the problem that you see?
Some of a lot of us we don't know what it takes to go mainstream, and then when one try to tell other how, nobody wants to listen.
Hmm.
First of all, we have to listen.
Right,
We have to listen. We have to listen. We have to leave our comfort zone and listen.
right,
You know, I'm a guy that travels a lot, and that's how I learn. By traveling, that's how I learned. Uh, I didn't get what I didn't know. I had somewhat knowing what I was doing, but I didn't really know what I was doing business wise.
uh huh,
But when I got out and traveled, that's how I learned. You know,
right.
people like hang around quality control, uh, having talks, just picking up jewels, from Zaytoven and shit like that. That's how I figured out, like, okay, this what I've been doing wrong. Then when I got back to the Carolinas, because I was staying in Atlanta for a second, when I got back to the Carolinas, I brought that with me.
Mm,
And then
So how was those getting those jewels dropped from a Grammy Award winning producer like Zaytoven, man? And how is he? Is he a smooth, down to earth cat that really want to see people win?
he a real down to earth cat that really want to see people win. He really do.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's what's
And
up.
I ain't the best of friends with him, but he really and he can see. He can look. He give you one of them look. He not a look and tell that you got that it factor.
Hmm.
And that's what he told me. And, so like I said, we ain't the best of friends, but he knew when he saw it. Like, yeah, and shit. Very first day I hung out, man. Shit, I've been on this computer scrolling through the beats myself, looking for beats. While
Right.
he dribble a ball around his house downstairs in the basement, just kicking it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's really a pleasure that you got to hang out with him, got to vibe with him, and kick it with him, and y'all can really converse back and forth like two business professionals. Like that's dope, man. Cause Zaytoven ain't no small time dude, man.
And
He's a
no, and I was young as hell when I first met him.
yeah,
Not,
he's a
I
world.
wasn't limited. I wasn't limited to 8 in.
Okay, okay.
I was out there, me and my partner Freak Black, Boss G, and another guy from my neighborhood named Larry. All us, we went to Zaytoven house together. Me and Boss G was trying to get a beat, trying to get some production from him. That was my
Mm-hmm,
first time meeting him.
mm-hmm.
And he remember who I was when I saw him at Two Chainz uh our release party. Then
Uh-huh.
I just kept seeing him in the club, and he remembered exactly who I was. And I'm like, Zay, remember that number you gave me 5 years ago? Is that number the same? He said, what I told you. I said, you told me such and such and such. Well, that's what it is then. It's still that. And that was 5 years later.
That's dope. That's dope. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. So,
Yeah.
man,
I asked Mike
upon you,
Will. I asked Mike Will the same thing. Mike Will say, come on now, Reezy.
Mike Will, huh? Okay, okay,
I ain't knocking it because Mike Will is Mike Will. And
yeah.
Zaytoven is Zaytoven, but they're just two different type of people.
They definitely two different type of people. You can best believe that.
Mike Will is Mike Will. Zaytoven is Zaytoven. So
Yeah,
I don't even know.
but at the same time, man, you can actually rock with both, and definitely, it's different conversations, but both will drop some jewels on you, and so and that's the important fact of it, that you
I
can get
bonded with
something.
Zay. I bonded with Zay more though.
Word,
Mike,
but
when I bump into Mike again, he didn't act Hollywood with me, and this was after Ray Schmurder. This was
uh
this is why he was messing with Miley Cyrus at the time.
right,
He didn't act Hollywood with me, but he was like, you know them nipples, boy. Can't be nothing what I told you because what it was then was extra lower than what Zaytoven told me at that time. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Things
Yeah,
changed.
you just yeah,
Yesterday's price
thank
is not today's price.
things change with, like, man, with those producer prices. It can be one price this Monday, and the next Monday, it's can be went up $10,000 more.
Yep.
Like real talk, it changed, man. And so, but that's what's up, man. So, man, upon having Dapper and the rest of the singles, man, you have a show. Is it August 13th?
Yes. We doing cause we dropping a it's like a various artist project that I do. It's called Cigar Music. And this
Uh
right here
huh.
is part 3. So this is going to be like the release party for it. Yep, August 13th. We thinking we might change it to the 12th, but it's in the air right now. So that's why you ain't see us repost a flyer or nothing like that yet, because we
Okay.
trying to get the venue together. Yep. But it's in
Okay.
that area. It's definitely dropping in August. Cigar
Okay.
Music 3.
Cigar music. So that be interesting. Are y'all having any live media there and any media coverage there?
Man, we won't man, we everybody's invited. Every media coverage is invited. Like we
Okay.
invited, but if you're not close to me, you could get to me or get the T Money, shit still come. You welcome. Sh- you in on me, your drinks on me, just come.
You heard that man say it, man. That
All
man said,
media coverage free and drinks on me. And
you heard what he said.
I might feed you too.
You heard what he said, man. You heard what he said, man. But you know me, I'm gonna definitely be in the building. So for sure,
That's what's up, man. I
for sure.
appreciate that.
I'm definitely gonna be in the building. And just want to say, man, who are some of the people that you're working with now? Are you working with any up and coming artists that you're definitely putting them on your label or anything like that?
Well, I'm working with C Stone, man. He's a saxophonist. Me and C Stone doing a lot of things right now. Um, RJ the King, of course, Real G and LAG. That's part of 4A Camp. Um, Lil Zeta Don, he's part of the umbrella. He's a part of the tree.
Okay.
Uh, he young guy, 16 years old. We got him in training. He doing his thing. He spit.
Oh, you
Uh,
five.
yeah, he fire like that. Lil Zay the Don, Lil Zay fire. He's actually real G. Lil Cuz. Uh,
Okay.
Cognac Slim. I can't forget about my dog, Cognac Slim, Daisy Hunter. Definitely, Daisy Hunter, man.
They ho, back up, bro. So so you working with Daisy Hunter?
Yeah, yeah.
That's that's
Daisy
one of
Hunter,
your protege.
she part of the family. She
That's one of
part
your
of the family.
proteges.
Yeah, she part of the family. Yeah, she definitely. Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you now. I need that interview. I need that exclusive.
I get that for. I make that happen ASAP.
Yeah, I need that, bro. So that's what's up, though, man. That's what's up. So, man, are you still accepting new artists?
I'm looking for another dapper nigga.
Whether is it does it have to be does it have to be hip hop or can it be R&B as well?
It could be either one, hip hop or R&B. I'm looking for another dapper dude, like another dapper, another. He can even come from the streets. You know what I'm saying, like myself, and it transition, or he can just always been this. Cool with either one, as long as he
Okay.
talented.
So are you looking for other genres of music too, like gospel, jazz, blues, southern soul, country?
If they dapper,
My man. Okay then.
if long as they dapper, I don't care if you country, you make country rap music or country music, you dapper, I want you. If you a good gospel singer, I don't care how good you is in gospel, but you ain't dapper, I ain't trying to deal with you like that. It's salute,
You
like what you're doing, but you got to
okay?
come over here with that drip.
I hear you. I hear you,
That's
man.
because
You
that's
tell
what
you.
I'm looking for. That's what I want. I don't know this. This is right here, dapper life.
Right. Okay.
You,
I got it,
you
man. I
can't you
got it.
can't be bummy. You can't be bummy or pants hanging off your ass talking about you dapper life.
I hear that.
You gotta be tailor made. You gotta be tailor made, man.
I
You
hear
gotta be
you. I hear
tailor
you,
made.
bro. I can dig that. I can dig that. So upon that, man, go ahead and tell people they can find you at, man, and how they can get up with you. And are you going to be selling tickets for the event on
Yes,
Eventbrite
yes, yes. That will be up next week.
next
That'll
week?
be
Okay.
next week. Next
Okay.
week. Cigar music will be dropping August. The party, all that release party, all that same exact day. Cigar Music
Okay.
3. Daisy Hunter is on there. She Diddy is on there. A lot of people that you named is on that tape. She Diddy,
Okay.
Daisy Hunter, C Stone. Who else you named?
Tito Gonzalez,
Tito's not on there. Yet,
um, um,
yet.
um, Big Smitty.
Smitty
Uh,
is on there.
okay.
Amani
Concept
OD is on
802.
there.
Amani OD on there.
Yeah.
Okay. My
Uh,
man.
Concept 803. Kid Concept is on there.
Okay then.
A
Okay.
lot of those people you named the tape. I don't know how because I never told you the list.
Hey, man, but those are people that I personally rock with in the Columbia area.
Damn,
Yeah, yeah.
that's the
So
universe.
yes sir, man. So so for those who want to follow you, get at you, can you give me your social media links and your website?
Man, Reezie Roc everywhere. It's Reezie Roc music everywhere. You Google it. You can go on my link in my bios. Any page I have my link tree with everything on there, like everything. Reezie Roc link
Okay,
tree.
okay. So one question I need to ask you before we get out of here, man. You heard him first, Reezy Rock Linktree. Um, are you coming out with the Dapper collection? Suits, shirts, hats, glasses, shades. What's going on?
Man, man, people been asking me this shit all week. I don't know about what this week. What happened to this week? Well, I've been answering this question all week. Definitely, definitely. It ain't dap if I don't. I ain't finna let
My
the
man.
whole cat out the bag, but Definitely.
No, don't. You ain't gotta let the cat out of the bag. Just a simple yes to do for me. That's for sure.
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Word, man.
Most definitely.
So Reezy, man, I just want to thank you for coming through, chopping it up with me, man. You know, it's been a pleasure, and you know,
Likewise.
I have definitely, been checking Mr. Dapper out, and I definitely said myself, T-Roc then got real Hollywood, so I'm looking to see him in a movie real soon, Mr. Dapper. You know what I mean? So I see it. I see you. I see you. So man, I just want to thank you once again for coming on. You take care of yourself. Be blessed, man, and we gonna see you in August, man, for sure.
Man, thank you for having me too. For real. Mean a lot to me.
Yes, sir, man. Get up with me, man. I'm always available.
100. I sure will, bro. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Peace.